Hi guys, welcome back to
Family Traveling Adventures.
And in today's video, we're going to give you 16 items that you may not want to forget to bring on your first time cruise.
That's right. And before we get into that, don't forget, if you follow our travel vlogs and you're feeling a little like you're missing us, we miss you too. But go to Facebook and you can keep up with our family there at Family Traveling Adventures. And also, if you want more details on vacations, where you can get step-by-step guides and full details of the things, some of the things we talk about on our trip, we have a website, familytravelingadventures.com. Alright, so let's get started. Number one, medication. Bring your medication that you take daily. In addition to that, the medication that you have at home that you think you may need for things like headaches, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, insect bites, and also don't forget children medication. And know that there are children medications that you can get in tablet form instead of bringing all liquids. So a great idea that we like to do is to get a pill planner that is like a 7-day pill planner. And you put your medications inside of that. You can just write on like Monday, you can write Tylenol. On Tuesday, ibuprofen. On Wednesday, kids Tylenol. And so forth. So on and so forth. He says I'm long-winded, y'all. I'm not long-winded.
She likes to hear herself talk.
No, I'm just trying to give you enough detail, workable detail.
And by the way, don't forget seasickness medication and also like Dramamine. You know, it's going to be a little bit more less expensive if you buy it at Walmart or somewhere like that, or Costco before you go on the ship versus buying it on the ship. Also, you may want to also bring a first aid kit just for all of those little owies that, you know, you may get. Yeah. Or if you got kids, they certainly will get.
They get an owie. They bump their arm. They want something on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, coming up to number 2, you need to buy batteries. And I know you're thinking, oh, everybody knows to bring batteries and memory cards. But what you may not realize that you need to bring is a power strip. Why do you think they need to bring a power strip?
Well, if you have multiple people in your cabin, the cabins are very limited in the amount of sockets that are available. Isn't what you call them, socket plugs? Yeah. That you have available. If it's just you and your spouse or 2 people in the room, it's okay if all you're charging is your cell phones. But when you have multiple devices, multiple people, you need to have additional outlets.
Yeah, we never use the power strip, but because on this particular cruise we have coming up, we're bringing the kiddos, and so we'll be bringing their little tablets and things. And like she said, you know, the ship has limited power sockets, so we will be bringing a power strip. But the main thing is you can't bring any power surges, so that's something to keep in mind. Yeah. And so on number 3, another thing to consider to bring is Tide Pods. Yes.
Okay, so what you basically can do is get a little Ziploc bag, put a few Tide Pods in there, put some dryer sheets in there if you're going on Carnival. But also, Marcus was, when we talked about this, he said, well, you can do it on Royal. Royal doesn't have self-laundry, but if you needed to wash something out like really quickly or something, you could always use the old-fashioned way.
In the sink.
The sink, right?
Yeah.
So, but on Carnival, you do have self-laundry. They do sell detergent and all of that at a cost. You know, anything that you buy on the ship, like with the medication, it's way more expensive if you purchased it there because of convenience. So if you bring those things, you're prepared.
Yeah. And keep in mind, you can't bring an iron. So that's just something that none of the cruise ship, which I was kind of shocked to find on my first time cruise, like, I'm supposed to iron my clothes. No, you can't bring an iron. So that brings us into tip number 2, which, I mean, not tip number 2, but the next tip, which is the wrinkle releasers.
Yeah, so you can't bring an iron, but Carnival does have in their self-laundry areas a iron for you. Yeah. Royal Caribbean, again, does not have those self-laundry. So bringing a Downy Wrinkle Releaser will enable you to release some wrinkles. So you just have to make sure when you pack for as you pack to where your clothes do not get a lot of wrinkles. Yeah. There was a better word for that, but I can't even think of it right now.
Okay.
Moving right along.
Here's a big one. Air freshener.
Absolutely.
For the bathroom. You know.
Yeah. So you're going to be going a lot when you're on the ship because you're eating food that your body's not used to, and you're probably eating a lot more than your body is used to. So you definitely need the air freshener, and also for the rooms, because the rooms can tend to get a little muggy because there's no true like ventilation. Like in your home, your doors are open to your house, but you have this one room and the doors are closed, so it tends to kind of get a little muggy.
You want to keep it fresh.
So you want to keep it fresh. So the spray air freshener is really great. Also another thing that we usually do is, you know, the little gel air fresheners, and I'll put a picture. Also, I'll link in the description box all the products that I'm talking about. If I can find them, I'll link those too so you can refer there. But it's called air freshener, gel air freshener. I'll put a gel air freshener in our bathroom, and it always smells so good when we open the door.
Fresh and fruity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings us into our next one, which is disinfectant and hand sanitizers. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing with the disinfectant, like what she does, like I never really do, but what she does when we first get there, she'll take the disinfectant and she will like take, you know, the ones like the Lysol cloths, and she will like everything that you would touch with hands, like the door handles, the bath in the bathroom, the handles in there, of course, like the phone and things like that, things that you would normally touch. She likes to go through and disinfect. And then also with the hand sanitizers now on the ships, now they are really big about when you go to dine or anytime you go to eat to wash your hands. But what you may not consider is that when you get off the ship and you're on islands and you've been touching everything, you may not always, you know, have the access to just go wash your hands in the bathroom real quick. You might want to get something to eat, so it's always good to have some hand sanitizers that you can just squirt and, you know, keep down on any foreign bugs.
Yeah. Because you have to remember, you're going to be in, even though these ships are so massive, there are a lot of people there, and they are very good about having a lot of disinfectant you can just walk up to and put your hand on, but it's always helpful to have some in your pocket when you don't want to go get it.
Yeah. And so the next one is
bug repellent. When we talk about bug repellent, the important thing to remember is we're really talking about mosquitoes, really, when we're in international. Y'all
remember that Zika? Remember the Zika virus?
Yeah. And know that not all mosquito repellent works for all of the different viruses. Some of them are just for West Nile, and then some of them will work for Zika and West Nile. So just read the back of your packaging to see what it includes, like what the protection includes.
The next one is sunscreen. Now, I did not know this. We always buy the sunscreen that, you know, you got to get, like, if you're brown skin or darker complexion, you get that sunscreen, you got to rub. No, now they got sunscreen.
If you still look ashy.
Yeah, walking around there looking like you dead. Had that white haze on you. Yeah, they got sunscreen now for brown skinned people.
So if you are tan complexioned or darker, then I will link in the description. There's a product that you can use for sunscreen. It is a sunscreen, and it doesn't leave you with that white haze. But sunscreen is very important, especially when traveling during the summer, because the sun is real, y'all. It is really real, which also leads us to aloe for sunburns. So come with some aloe for sunburns, because sometimes even when you use the best of the sunscreen, if you're just overexposed for too long, and sometimes you are, you still get sunburned. So it's good to begin the healing process while you're there.
So this brings us to into the next one, you want to bring a hat and sunshades. Like, I know you think, well, of course I'm going to bring a hat. But the purpose of the hat is, especially coming into these summer months, like, it is really important to keep you cool. Like, the sun will be beaming directly on your head. Because when we were in Cozumel, like, we didn't bring hats. We just had shades. And so, like, it was really, really hot. And when we got the hat, I kept telling Gillette, we got to find some hats. And so we finally found some at a price that I wanted to pay. Because I wasn't going to pay $30 for a hat, not in Cozumel. I want a $10 hat, you know. So when we got those hats, it made a difference. Why you?
No, because I was just thinking.
Oh, we haggling.
When we in Mexico, we don't want to play U.S. prices.
Yeah, I'm always haggling.
Yeah, and so sunglasses definitely. If you watched our last cruise, you saw like a whole vlog where we were looking for sunglasses for Marcus. So yeah.
So you let us. The next one we're going into is sports bottle drink or water bottle.
Yeah, so you definitely want to bring a sports bottle or water bottle. Basically, what you can use those for is because when you're in the dining halls and things, you are provided with juice and water at no additional cost. You pay for it, right? But oftentimes they give you really small glasses. So these sports bottles that you bring, or whatever kind of mug that you bring, enables you to fill your cup up more, but it also enables you to take it back with you to the room or even off the ship with water when you leave, which you definitely will need water when you leave off of the ship because it's so hot, you need to stay hydrated.
Yeah, I agree. So.
Yeah. And then the next thing he wants me to say, because he's not really with this, is a pop-up clothes hamper. Particularly because our next cruise that we're taking, we have an extended vacation after the cruise. And so I want to make sure that we are cleaning our clothes. We leave off the ship with clean clothes. So the pop-up hamper, just like at your house, enables you to keep your clothes in one place and then take them all to the laundry area and clean them, wash them before you leave. But even if you're not going to do that, if you're flying back home, it just enables you to keep your clothes in one place and not throw dirty clothes in your laundry bag and get it all stinky. And then you have to go and freshen it up when you get home. So
yeah, the whole suitcase just raw. You know?
And with that, my suitcase ain't raw. Because
it be raw.
My funk still smell good. I don't know about you. My funk still smell good. Okay, but and with that, also did we say the wet bag?
No, we didn't say the wet bag.
Oh, the wet bag. Bring a wet bag because with your swimsuit, sometimes the last day of the cruise when you're packing, you may have swimsuits and stuff that are still wet, and you don't want to get the rest of your clothes wet. And Marcus had a great idea when we were talking about this. Instead of a wet bag, if you don't want to pay for that, just bring a Ziploc bag because it's the same concept. It keeps the wet away from the dry.
Or if you're really cheap, they have those laundry bags on the ship. You can just like grab one of those the last day, stuff them all in there. But I mean, if you bring a family,
we've done that a couple of times. When you go to those hotel bags where you put the stuff in for them to clean, you use that and put your wet stuff in and tie it off and throw it in there.
But if you got a family, you're gonna need more than one bag, or unless you're gonna be washing on your trip, which I'm not doing that. So the next one is the Lanyard. Now they have the lanyards on the ship, but keep in mind anything you buy on the ship is going to cost you more than you can get at Walmart. Or
Dollar Tree.
Or the dollar store.
And so the lanyard, if you don't know, is a little thing that goes across your neck because every ship, the way that you pay for things and the way you enter your door is with your sail card. And they all call them different things, but you get a card when you get on. Every member gets a card, and that's how they get indoors, and that's how they pay for things. And so it's something that you keep with you at all times. Yeah. Now, honestly, usually on most cruises, I give mine to Marcus. He keeps his in his deep pockets. But a lot of people you will see walking around with the lanyards over their neck. So it's just your personal preference how you want to store your cards as you walk around and move about on the ship.
Good old pocket for me. Just good old pocket. Next one. Now, I don't really agree with this one. A dry erase board.
Okay, so if
Let
you
her
are
explain
traveling with if you are traveling with multiple cabins, a dry erase board is just an old-fashioned way to communicate with other people in other cabins where you are. So they come to your room, they knock, no one answers. Where is she? If when you left you put 1:15, I'm headed to get something to eat at the Lido deck, then they know, oh, you're at the Lido deck. It's just 1:20. I just missed them. Let me go meet them at the Lido deck. Now they do have newer ways to communicate, like using walkie-talkies. As Marcus was like, why don't you just use a walkie-talkie? And then Carnival also has on their app that you can, for free, actually, they have a chat box where you can actually chat with other passengers at no cost, but you do have to have the app open.
Hold on one second, guys. We have a little one trying to get in.
Moving on to the next thing. I can't read your writing. What does that say? Oh, over the door shoe hanger. Okay, so this is me again, and this is a lot of people, depending on the size of your family. We don't do this, but this is a tip that I saw a lot of people had.
But we may need to do this because
we might actually do this because we are bringing our children this time, is to have some type of organized system, because the cruise ship, you pretty much don't have that much room, especially in the bathroom. So if you take like an over the door shoe hanger, you know, they have those little pockets, you can put things inside of them, and it's easy for storing, like, you know, toothbrushes, all those kind of things, hair care products, brushes for your hair curling irons, and those sorts of things. It's like an extra storage, and it's small and compact, and it goes over the door, so it doesn't take a lot of room. So that
brings us to our last one that I think is important. Bring your passport.
And take it everywhere you go. When you get off the ship, I take my passport. I know a lot of people say they make copies of it and then leave.
If you're dealing with US customs, they're not going to accept that.
Well, some people say for emergencies they will, but my thing is that I don't want you just to not like me and be like, I ain't using yours, I need the real thing. Like, I don't want to leave no room for errors. So if I'm off the ship and I'm not in the US, I want my passport.
So I can get back to the US.
Which also, you know, if you bring those, like Amazon has a lot of those little waterproof pouches. So if you're thinking, well, when I get in the water, what am I going to do? You can put it in a waterproof pouch, put it on, hook it onto a lanyard, and have it around your neck.
All right, guys, and those are our tips for the first-time cruisers on things you need to bring.
And so next week, join us because we are going to do what to bring to wear, particularly.
You're going to enjoy that video.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that. So we'll talk about what to wear. Now, if you have any suggestions, if it is your first time cruising and you want to know something in particular, whether it be dining or how, you know, what to do the first day you get there, how is that like, or anything in particular you're wondering, now's the time to leave us a comment so that we can put that into our rotation of videos. But also I am just putting as much information as I can on our website, so don't forget to check that out at familytravelingadventures.com, and
like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification button if you enjoy these videos and you want to stay updated every time we put out a new video.
And we will see you guys next Sunday at 8 a.m. This one is a little late, but hey, it's here.
Exactly. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.